Hi everyone.
Hello.
This is a test recording to see how the sound is.
Yep.
Mine and Jodi's, and we're gonna make something different for you guys.
How different is it going to be?
Very different.
Very different.
In what ways?
We'll be in the same room.
Side by side, talking to each other.
Instead of different countries.
Yes,
Oh.
instead of different
And that's it.
countries.
Welcome to Audio Branding, the hidden gem of marketing. Sound plays a more important role in human behavior and our decision-making than you may realize. In this podcast, I'll help you understand the art and science of sound so you can better influence others in business and your life. I'm your host, Jodi Krangle. Let's delve a little deeper.
Hi everyone.
Hello. Hi.
Hi.
We are here in Portugal together. So, Humberto, where are we right now specifically?
Well, we're in a region called Douro, in close to a city called Régua. Basically, this is the region where the Oporto wine grapes grow and they are cultivated. And from here, they go to Porto City. But this is the origin of the Oporto wine, comes from here.
Nice. Okay.
And
I
we're
am
close
glad to
the
be here.
river.
And it's beautiful. There's all sorts of like big hills and beautiful trees and
I will show you
wine.
guys. I
And,
will show you guys.
yeah, it's gorgeous. So, Humberto, what do you have an early memory of how sound moved you?
I do.
Okay.
I
I'd
do.
love to hear it.
My earliest memory of sound has to do with music. But generally, children like music, and there's some tunes. And there is a music band that I don't know if you guys know them. They were not that big. Well, they were very big. They were called ABBA. And since I remember that I exist, I remember the record player that my parents had at home, and they had all the ABBA records. Well, not all, because they recorded more. We're talking about, I was born in 72, so maybe around 77, 78, I started to wake up in the morning, go downstairs to the living room, started to play ABBA music, which was a nightmare for my parents, especially on weekends. But that's the memories that I have of my childhood. I remember the place vaguely where we lived at that time.
Mm-hmm.
But the records, the music, I remembered like it was this morning.
And if you heard an ABBA song now, what would that do? Would it bring you back to
Oh,
that
God.
house?
Depends
Yeah.
on the music.
Uh-huh.
There's, in particular, a music that reminds me of my 19-year-old daughter, which is a music that the lyric says, basically, I see you go to school early in the morning. And I'm joking. And it talks about young kids going, and the time goes by so fast that it's like sand in your hands. So that's one of my favorite
Yeah.
songs, and that's my earliest memory of sound in my life.
Wonderful. Yeah. Thanks for sharing that.
We're gonna talk
We'll be
More-
talking more.
in different places.
Yes.
Just for you guys.
But for now, we'll see you later.
See you later. Hi everyone, we're back now in Porto. We came from the Douro River way up in the north to Porto. We just had a lovely dinner where we had a special meal of a dish called francesinha. And it's my turn to ask Jodi a question. So my question to Jodi is, can you please tell us what's the process of getting someone into the podcast? What are the main steps that you have to go through for them to be here? Because everybody says, Jodi, you're very in point and extremely organized. So let us know.
So the process is, if I hear from someone, I'll decide whether or not they're a good fit. If they are a good fit, I will invite them to have a pre-chat, and they will go onto my Calendly and book in a time. Usually it says 30 minutes, but it can be as short or as long as we want it to be. We talk then about how the usual process is during the discussion that we have. And I ask them questions, they ask me questions. We discuss what themes we might cover, because everyone who comes on the podcast has different areas of expertise and all sound related. I let them know what we talk about here, which is the power of sound and how it influences us. And we discuss how they might fit into that. So if they have any questions, they then ask me. I tell them also about the first question that I ask everybody, which is the one that I had asked Humberto, which is if they have an early memory of how sound moved them. And I like to let them know about that because I don't want to spring that on them without warning. It's one of those questions people need to think about, and I don't want them thinking about it when we're recording. So usually the Calendly meet, the pre-chat, is on Zoom. And then when we're done with that, I give them a link for them to fill out an intake form. The intake form asks them the regular questions, their social media, their bio, all of that stuff. But there's a field in there that asks them if there are any questions they want to be asked. And they don't have to put it in question format. It could be in point form, whatever they want. But that gives them an option to tell me what they want to talk about when it comes to sound. So I make sure that I add that into my questions. I have notes while we're having our actual interview. And when they are finished with the intake form, they then are automatically forwarded to the Calendly to book in their actual chat time, their actual interview time. And that usually is at least 2 weeks later, because I want to give it a little bit of time so that we're not speaking by rote. We are actually having a new conversation, and it seems to work out about 2 weeks later, gives us enough time. And at that point, we are on Riverside. So we book in the actual interview for a Riverside session. And on that session, I have a producer. His name is Sean Savage. And he will go through the tech and make sure that the person who I'm interviewing has their tech all in order, their microphone working, their headphones working. We always make sure that the guest has headphones or earbuds of some kind, because we always turn off echo cancellation so we can talk over each other without suppressing the other person's audio. Just makes it easier. And then we have our discussion. And if we go through and there are references to sound that they've created, then I will make a note of that. We'll go through the questions. We'll have a good conversation. At the end of that, we do a drop. We actually do a little drop. So I ask them to say that they've been on the podcast. This is who I am. We've been on the podcast. If you want to learn more about the power of sound, keep listening, that kind of thing. And we add those into future episodes so that we can make sure their episode gets a little more love. And it's pretty much all up to Humberto after he gets the files from Sean. And usually the guest will send me their sound files. after we've discussed things and we've decided which ones they're going to send. And we put it all together, and we have enough chats already done, enough interviews already done, that usually it's about 3 to 4 months after we do the interview before it comes out. And we split the 60-minute interview, which is what it usually is, into 2 parts. So each interview gets 2 parts, so 2 weeks. And it splits it into 30 minutes a piece, usually easier to digest for people. And yeah, we started doing video at the 150th episode.
Yeah, around that.
Yeah. So it's been getting better as we go. We're working on it. And it's YouTube is a tough nut to crack. YouTube is different. But yeah, we're up to I think we're at like 312 episodes right now.
Around that.
They haven't been out, but they're programmed out. They're ready to go.
Yeah. And we're having fun.
Yeah. It is
So-
a lot of fun. Yeah. A lot of work,
Yeah.
but a lot of fun.
A lot of fun.
Yeah. And I definitely need the wine. Yeah.
Hi, this is Luke Mosley from Hear Me Out. You're listening to the Audio Branding Podcast, a great place to learn about the power of sound. If you're interested in harnessing that power of sound yourself, keep listening.
Where are we right now?
We're on a different location. We're on a city called Aveiro, close to where I live. And this is Ria. This is a part of the water system that comes inside the city of Aveiro. That basically is seawater. It's not fresh water. It's seawater that makes like a kind of a lagoon. And that's why, because in Aveiro there are channels inside the city, that's why it's called the Portuguese Venice. We're right now on a typical boat of Aveiro called Liceiro, where we just went around and sightseeing beautiful things.
Yes. The
Right?
buildings. The buildings
The
were
buildings,
beautiful.
the
Like
old
right
buildings.
over here, we're looking at beautiful buildings.
Yeah.
Just insanely gorgeous. And I really didn't get the memo about a summer day. Okay. Yeah,
hot.
it is hot. It is
today.
very hot. But I want to ask you what your process is when you get the video and the audio. What do you do with it? Because you do a lot.
Okay. The process that I follow, as soon as I have the video and the audio in, after downloading it, I don't download the video and the audio connected. So I have the image and I have the audio file separate, and I start by processing and cleaning the audio file, enhance the volume, make it sound the best way possible. And then I worry about the image. The image needs to be worked where I can need to take some noise out of the video, because some webcams don't have good quality, so I try to make it the clearest possible. I do color correction, and then what I do is that I have video editing software that is called Final Cut Pro, where I put all the files, the video files and the audio files, in sync, and then I'll go through the conversation. If there's a mistake, I will take it. There are tricks that if there's a cut that I need to make, then I'm able to hide it with some magic sauce. I'll do it. If I can't, I will switch the image from you and the guest just for the guest.
Yes.
So to make it smoother, and I'll try to make it flow in a very nice way. And I know, because sometimes it's difficult for you to, because the question and the answer needs to have a flow.
Yeah.
Otherwise, if it breaks, it will look and sound weird. But it's sometimes for the guest is difficult, because even they know before some of the things that are going to happen, they stop and think like, I try to correct that the best way possible, so you guys can have a great experience and get the message. It's work, but it's not work for me. I do it, you know, that I love to do that with you, and at the end of the day, it's a pleasure, it's a joy to do our podcast.
Yeah.
I call it
It's a
I know it's
joy.
yours,
And
but
yes,
it's mine
no,
too.
no, it's
So-
ours. It is. Yeah. I mean, I couldn't do this without you. So yeah,
I
thank
couldn't
you
do
for
this
all the
without
work.
you.
Yeah. There's
Okay.
a lot of work.
Yeah, we'll see you guys on a different location with something more.
Okay. See you later.
Now we're on a different place. We're on the beach.
Beautiful.
It's amazing. We're here just to have some drinks and have fun and enjoy. And my question is, what do you wish for, and what are your dreams relating this podcast?
I would love to get a couple of sponsors at some point, but my goal for this podcast has always been making people more aware that the sound of what they're putting out into the world is important. And the relationships that I make with the guests who come on the podcast are super important to me. That's really the main reason I do this podcast, along with the message that sound is important. So I don't know where that takes me in the future. I just want to keep doing it. I just love doing it. So
That's really fun to do.
yeah.
And for me, it's to see how far technology can take us. How deep can our knowledge and our curiosity can take us to the world of sounds, and to find new things like small hidden corners of our brain that a sound can light up and
Yeah.
see what the future brings.
There's so much stuff about sound that we still have yet to explore, and I'm looking forward to meeting more guests who can talk about them. So, yeah.
Yeah, that's what we hope for, and have fun. That's it. Hi guys,
Hello.
here we are again.
Yep.
This is now our last part of the videos for this podcast. It's departure time.
Yep.
So
This is the Porto Airport.
this is the Porto Airport.
Yep.
Yes.
Yeah, it's beautiful. It is beautiful.
Yes. Big,
Yeah.
modern,
And noisy.
and noisy.
That's okay. That's nothing compared to the plane.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we saved for last the philosophical question, right?
Philosophical question. Yes. Why do you think sound is important?
Okay. I think sound is important because I believe it's the first sense that we develop even before we're born. And it's a way of knowing things, knowing the world, even if you have your eyes shut. You can feel the place, you can feel if it's a big space, if it's an open space, a closed space. So I think it's our most basic feeling, instinct that we have. And I remember before my daughter was born, I would sing for her, and her mom belly would move. She would react to sound
Yeah.
even before she was born.
Yep.
So that's why I think sound is really, really important in everything.
Oh yeah.
And
Yeah.
what's your opinion? What do you think about it?
I think that sound gives us emotional context in so many different things. Try turning off the sound on a movie. You will just not get the same experience at all. It's
Yeah,
nothing
true.
like what you should be experiencing.
Yeah, it's true.
I will cry in commercials because the music is good. I mean, that's just me, but yeah, there's so many reasons it's so important. We pay attention to sound in the spaces that we're in. We talk about good vibrations.
Yes.
Sound is all vibration.
Yeah.
I think just recently I put up a post on social media that talked about the way that elephants hear. They hear
Oh.
through their feet
Through their feet, yeah.
because it's vibration.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's really interesting. So yeah, there's so many things that sound touches for us and makes more of a human experience. And I think that if people don't pay attention to what the sound is of what they're putting out into the world, that they're really doing themselves a disservice. And the people who are experiencing whatever they're putting out in the world, if it's supposed to have sound, obviously. But yeah, I think paying attention to it is important. Yeah,
And that's what this podcast is all about.
that's what it's all about.
Good
yes.
sound, bad sound, everything.
Yeah.
Sound.
Yeah, and here we are in an airport trying to get good sound.
Yeah.
These are pretty good. I'm impressed.
These are very good.
Yeah.
So, okay, guys.
Yeah.
Hope you enjoy this one. It's a different one, and it was a fun one to record, right?
Definitely fun. Yes.
In several places.
Yeah, yeah.
So, on this one, I spoke a lot more than Jodi.
That's
So-
okay. I'm the interviewer, not the interviewee.
See you next time, guys.
Bye-bye.
Bye bye.
Well, that's the end of this episode. Thanks for listening. And if you like what you heard, why not tell a friend about this podcast? It's available in all the usual locations. Until next time,